we haven't finished. We still have more questions to go. So let's get to the business as usual and finish all these questions. I have like 26 questions here to solve for these students. So let's just finish all the questions. Okay, let's finish all the questions. Let's get to the business as usual. So this is a question right here. Let me show you quick. So this is a question right here. Question 6 now. So this is question 6. So they give us inequality, the solution of which one is true. So we have to pick one. So we can just pick, like we pick orange or pick mango. So we have to show mathematical, like how we get to the answer. Let's get to the business without wasting time. Let's get to the business as usual. Let's go. Just me. Time my computer quick. Tag on my computer. Get my pen. So that's a question right there. Let's solve it. Okay, easy, man. Excuse me. So let's go. So there's a question right there. The solution of this is A, B, C, D. Okay, let's take a question and let's go to the solution. I think I can solve right here. So it's my solution. This space is more than enough solution. I hope everybody can see. If you can see, please let me know. So my question say 2x. This question 2x minus 1 x plus 3 less or equal to 9. So 2x minus 1 bracket, and then I have x plus 3 less or equal to 9. So I'm going to expand it face. Let me expand it. I'm going to have to expand. So 2x times x is going to be 2x squared. Mean the first one with the first one. The first one with the second one. So 2x times 3 is going to be plus 6x. Now you come the second one with the first one. Negative 1 times x. Negative x. Negative 1 times 3. Negative 3 is less or equal to 9. So now we have to rearrange. This is quadratic now. So we have a 2x squared. 5x minus 1 is going to be equal to 6x minus 1 is going to be equal to 5x minus 3, and bring this 9 over. So minus 9 less or equal to 0 now. So now we have a 2x here plus 5x minus 12 less equal to 0. So now we're going to have to factorize this term. Excuse me. We're going to have to factorize this term. There's a lot of ways I could do. So if you have to factorize this, put a bracket, and then put a bracket less equal to 0. So I can make a special topic for factorization. So this has to be 2x, this has to be x. So for us to get 2x squared, means this has to be x, 2x, and this has to be x. When you multiply them, it's equal to 2x squared. And now we look at the last number. The last number is negative 12. So negative 12. Which number give me negative 12? It's a lot of number. Excuse me. It's a lot of numbers. It could be positive 12 and 1, or 4 and 3. So let's taste face. I want to show you now how to get to the answer now. Excuse me. So we have. Excuse me. Let me take this aside and then write the answer straight away. So I have it. I want to show you how to factorize here. Quick. 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 less than 0. So less or equal to 0. So now I'm going to write my 2 bracket, and I say this is going to be 2x and x. When you multiply, equal to x squared. Now we think of which number. Excuse me. It's going to give me negative 12. Negative 12, it could be 6 and 2. 6 and 2, when you multiply them, it could be 12. This number. 6 and 2. 4 and 3 also give us 12. Or 1 and 12 itself also give us 12. So let's try them both. Let's try all of them. Excuse me. Okay. If I try, remember this is positive here. If I try, let's say 4 and 3. But remember this number is positive here. So here I'm going to put positive here. I'm going to put on negative. Let's try face. So that I get this, and this is going to give us negative 12. But we try face. If it's not going to work, and then we try the number. Okay. Less or equal to 0. Because to get 12 negative, it could be 6 and 2. 1 must be negative to get negative 12. Or it could be 12 and 1. Or it could be 4 and 3. So for now, I just decided to take 4 and 3. But I'll put the first one positive because the middle one is positive. Let's multiply to see if it's true face. It give us this number. 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times 3, negative 6x. 4 times x, plus 4x, negative 12. So this is not true. So we can't take this number. You know why? Because when you marry these two numbers together is going to give us negative 2x, but it's not negative 2x, it's positive 5x. Excuse me. So for that case, how if you put this negative and this positive? See the same story. Because you're going to say 2x times 2x times. If it's me, if I had advised you, because you see, for that method you can do, but when the number is a fraction, then it takes a lot of time. So it's like you try this, you try that number. So since we tried the other number, it didn't work. So if it's me, I'm gonna solve this using general quadratic formula. I'm gonna solve this one using general quadratic formula. So what is general quadratic formula? General quadratic formula equal to x. If you want to get the value of x, and they always say negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4 ac over 2a. But remember, since this is inequality, is not equal, is less or equal. So here I'm going to say the same thing. It's not equal, it has to be less or equal. And then I'll plug it in the values to get the answer. So let me take another page, excuse me. I hope everybody can see there. So then it follows. So it's not necessary you must do this method. Your intention, the problem solving to get the final answer. So I'm gonna say for that case, I'm trying to make space like that. Excuse me. So I'm saying okay. So just make space there. So I'm gonna say x less or equal to negative b plus or minus square, but it's less or equal because our inequality there is less or equal. So he also must say less or equal. Okay, and then we say b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Excuse me. So we have all the values, so let's plug it in. So we say x less or equal negative. But what the value of b? The value of b here in this one, 5 positive. So we're gonna say 5 there. Plus or minus, plus or minus, and put this on the side. Plus or minus square root. B is 5, also 5 square. But because there's a square there, minus 4 times a. What is the a? A is face number here, which is 2. The coefficients of x squared, that's our a. So this one here, a is 2, and negative 12 is our c. So we're going to plug it in there and finish the equation. So 4 times a, what is our a? A we have seen is 2 times c. C is negative 12. And they say over 2 times a equal to 2. So x less or equal, negative 5 is just negative 5. Plus or minus square root. 5 squared is 25. Minus minus plus, 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 12, 96. 96 over 2 times 2 equals 4. So x less or equal to negative 5 plus or minus 5 plus 6 is 1, and then 2 plus 9 is 11, and that 1 to 1 over 4. But our square root of 1 to 1 is 11. So x less or equal to negative 5 plus or minus 11 over 4. So either, you see, so by factorization, I was going to take a long time, and probably maybe I wasn't going to get the number because the number comes in fraction. So we say either our face value of x less or equal to negative 5 plus 11. You add face, means say negative 5 plus 11 over 4, or the value of x could be less or equal to negative 5 minus 11, because you plus and you minus. Negative 5 minus 11 over our 4. So now let's finish. So we say x is less or equal negative 5 plus 11 equal to 6 over 4. So we say 6 over 4, or x less or equal negative 5 minus 11, negative 16 over 4. So finally x should be less or equal 3 over 2, or x less or equal negative 4. So this is my final answer here. Okay, so I'm going to go to my options, excuse me, and see the options, see which one is correct. So if I look my option, this is my option right here, and check my answers, excuse me. So this one here, these are my answers. So I'm trying to compare. Let me try to compare the y so everybody can see. I don't know, like, hey man, you know how to see it. So these are my options, and I'm trying to see the answers. These are my option here, and this is my answer. Right, this is my answer. So it's okay. So which one is the answer here? If you look at the first one, A, x less than -4 is true, and x is greater. No, this is not true. So all this is not true. Now we come for the second one. Okay, the second one, yes, it is. The second is the answer. Third one, no, there's no 5, so this one, no. And fourth, no. Fifth, no. So my answer, this one. Hellish. So what happened now with it? No, this one. But what they did here, when you say x is less than 5/3 and x less than -4, meaning other way of writing it, you see -4 is smaller, so you say -4, and then which number is greater? 3/2. See, 3/2. So we'll have written, mean this is negative smaller, and then 3/2, and you see the direction of inequality, they both go this direction in x. Okay, so A. So number option 2, sorry, question 6 option 2, question 6 option 2. So question 6 option 2. So we go to question 7. Question 6 is done. Option 2. Now we go to question 7. Question 7. The question 7 say this one right here. Solve for x and y. So solve for x and y. These are easy at the bottom, man. So probably can just solve right there. So okay. So I'll just solve right there, just to save space and time. So this is simultaneous right here. So if simultaneously, I'm gonna say, okay, there's a lot of what I can do. I had a friend of mine say, you know, if it's me, I'll just take this value and put in there in x and put in y and see if it's gonna give me 8, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll take x, put in here, and y for each one, and see which one is gonna give me the correct answer. But yes, you could, but I think the best way is to solve simultaneously. And how can I solve simultaneously? Okay, so I'm gonna do it here. Okay, so do right there just to save space. So it's okay. So I'm going to take a question there. So what I'm going to do, I'll find the common denominator, because this is a normal fraction. Even if the given term or letter, but it's normal fraction. So how we do, we take y times 3, which is going to be 3y, minus x times 1, x times y, xy equal to 8. That's the first equation. And then I can cross again, 1 times 3y minus x, and xy times 8. So 1 times 3y minus x can be 3y minus x equal to 8 times xy, means this and this and this and this. Xy times 8 is 80 xy. So this can be my first equation. So I'm gonna treat the second part also just same as how I did for the first one. So I'll say okay. So let's treat it. So the first one, that's how I did. So we do the same thing for the second one. So let's treat it quick. Okay. So now I'm going to take y times 2 is 2y, and x times 3, there's a plus here, remember the center, 3x over x times y, xy, and then we have -2. So now I'm going to cross again, cross 1 times y plus 3x, so it's going to be this times all this group here is going to be 2y plus 3x equal to 2 times xy is 2 xy. So what happened now? I have this equation and this equation. Let's solve them all simultaneously again. So now let's solve them by elimination. So now we have 3y minus x equal to 8xy, and I have a 2y plus 3x equal to 2xy. So I'm going to solve these simultaneously until we get the last answer. So it's okay. So for that case now, you see, let me eliminate x. So this is 3y, this 2y. This is x and this is 3. So I'm going to multiply the first one by 3. So that I'm going to have a 3x, I'm going to have 3x. Okay, so let's go. So then it's going to become 3 times 3, 9y. and then 3 times x, negative 3x equal 3 times 8xy is going to be 24xy. So we're going to do the same thing for the second one. So for the second one doesn't have any number, so just write the way how it is. 2y plus 3x equal to 2xy. Thank you. I hope everybody can see there. So what is next? Next is you have 3y and 3x. So I'm going to eliminate. But how I'm going to eliminate this? If a plus here, top and the bottom means these two if a plus. Look, 9y plus 2y, I'm going to do here. Thank you for understanding. So I'll say 9y plus 2y equal to 11y. Negative 3x plus 3x, 0. So this is going to give us what? 0. 24 plus 2. Excuse me. 24xy plus, now I think there's something here I forgot. Excuse me. Here. xy times negative 2 is negative. There's a negative here. Negative. So this is negative, my porridge. So this is negative. So 24 plus 22, 24 plus negative 2xy. You see this is xy and this is x. So 24 minus 2 is going to be 22xy. 11y plus 0 equal to 11y equal to 22xy. So I can divide it by y throughout. If I divide by y throughout, mean this y and this y is going to cancel. So we're going to be left with 11 equal to 22x. So my x, I'm going to get x divided by 22 here and divided by 22 here. So my x equal to 11 over 22, which equal to half. So x equal to half, or 0.5. So I got my value of x already. So how am I going to get y? Excuse me. To get y, I can substitute in any of these equations. Means I can substitute here, or here, or here, or here to get y. Okay, so let me pick. Okay, I'm going to substitute. Let me substitute here, because that equation has a x and y and has x and y. So I'm going to substitute the value of x in there. Or the second one, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Okay, so now it's going to become, let's recopy first the equation. So 3y, I hope everybody can see, 3y minus x equal to 8xy. Let me do this so the separation. Okay, so we know the value of x equal to a half, or 0.5. So we're going to say 3y minus a half equal to 80. What is the x? A half times y. So now we can get the value of y now. Okay, so 8 times 1 is 80 divided by 2 equals 4. So 4y, this side is going to be 4y equal to 3y minus a half. So what happened now? Excuse me, I can bring that one over. So it's going to be 4y minus 3y equal to y. So for y, and this will come, it's going to be negative. So 4y minus 3y is going to be equal to y equal to negative a half. So now finally, which is negative 0.5. So y equal to negative 0.5. Negative a half meaning negative 0.5. So we have the value of x and y. So finally we say x equal to a half and y equal to negative 1.1/2. So we're going to go to option now. So x equal to a half. Okay, let's go for the first one. The first one, yeah, x equal to a half. And y equal to negative a half. Yes, that one we got it already. This other stuff, no. So only one, option A. So A, question 7, 1. Now we go to question 8. For question 18, so I'll just open the new page, start at question 8 very soon. Thank you for your patience, appreciate it.